Hi folks, I hope you're doing well. In this video, we'll get to know the powerful 3D OSM plugin in QGIS, a tool that, with a few clicks, turns OpenStreetMap data into an interactive 3D environment. Using this plugin, we can view buildings, streets, and other urban features in 3D. And with options like style customization, sunlight adjustment, weather condition, navigation, distance measurement, and scene personalization, create an engaging three-dimensional display. So if you're interested in 3D modeling, GIS, or visualizing spatial data, stay with me until the end of this video. Okay, first we'll launch QGIS. I recommend using the latest version of the software. We've posted a video on the channel on how to download and install the newest version. You can refer to that. After opening the software, go to the top menu, select Plugins, and then choose Manage and Install Plugins. In this section, you can search for the plugins you need and install them easily. In this tutorial, we're going to install and explore 3D OSM plugins, so I search for 3D OSM in the search bar. You can also view and read the plugin's description and information here if you like. To install the plugin, click on the Install Plugin, and it will start downloading the plugin data. As you can see, the plugin installs very easily. By toggling it on and off, we can see where it appears in the QGIS environment. Alright, I'll close this window. Our plugin is now added here and will also be accessible from the plugins menu. By clicking on the plugin, its settings and tools window will be displayed. But I suggest adding a basemap to the project before running the plugin. For that, we use the QuickMapServices plugin. You can find the video for this plugin in the QGIS playlist on the channel. It's one of the best QGIS plugins out there. Now I'll add the Google image. Then navigate to our area of interest. I'll pick a random spot. Okay, here looks like a good place. Next, we run the 3D OSM plugin. To display OSM data in 3D, we have two options. Current map view, which shows a 3D view of the area currently visible on the map, and selected polygon feature in the active layer, which shows a 3D view of the extent of a selected polygon from the active layer. Since we don't have a polygon ready in this example, we choose current map view. If needed, we can also select the boundary shape option and manually draw the desired area on the map. We can also use the map study area option to define the study extent. In this section, we can choose a larger or smaller area. For this tutorial, we'll pick a medium-sized area. We can also choose a theme or web theme from the available list for the 3D display. Feel free to pick whichever you like. Make sure Open the 3D option is checked so that the 3D view opens automatically after processing. In the Advanced section, we can select the DM or basemaps of our choice so that these layers also appear in a 3D scene. For this tutorial, we won't use these options and we'll keep the default settings. Finally, click on Create OSM Layers and Export 3D Viewer to generate the layers and prepare the 3D environment for display. Once processing is complete, a new page will open in your browser, where we can view and explore the OSM layers in 3D. At the same time, the generated layers are also added to the QGIS project. If needed, we can edit and refine the symbology of different classes so that the layers appear with better clarity and distinction, giving us a more effective view of the data. Now we return to the browser to explore the 3D environment and the created layers. Using the mouse, we can navigate, zoom, and rotate the view in the 3D space. I suggest spending a few minutes getting comfortable with the mouse controls to master movement and navigation in the 3D environment. In this section, we can view information and statistics about the available layers and check the details of each loaded layer. As you can see, it has identified 61 buildings with an average of 3.3 floors. Information about population, vehicles, trees, roads, building usage, and more is also displayed. Truly impressive. Here we can see the layered dock panel. All project layers are listed here. From this section, we can manage different layers such as buildings, roads, vegetation, and other features. If needed, we can toggle each layer on and off individually to declutter the scene and focus more on the data we care about. A nice feature is that hovering the mouse over any building shows its usage type and number of floors. The next panel is Style. In this section, we can change the appearance and display style of 3D features. Various styles are available. We can choose based on the project type and our preferences, and adjust our settings as needed to achieve the desired result. You can take your time exploring all these options, changing the texture and color of roads, ground, and buildings. You can also switch the overall theme and try out different modes. For example, this one is a Mediterranean theme. You can change the height of trees, modify building models, and many other options, all of which you can fine-tune in detail. There is also a Model Studio feature in this environment. Using this, we can define a custom model and style for each category. You can upload your preferred model and specify how each category of features should appear in the 3D scene. The next section is Basemap and Texture. Here we can choose the background basemap and texture to match our needs and taste, or blend the 3D scene with the basemap. There is also a walk mode feature. When activated, we can move through the 3D space as if walking in a real environment, getting a closer look at the features and models. This is very useful for inspecting details in a 3D scene. While recording the video, I didn't pay attention, but by pressing W, A, S, and D keys on the keyboard, you can move forward, backward, and sideways, and use the Shift and C keys for sprint and crouch. You can also take screenshots in this environment, capturing and saving any view or section you like. This feature is great for producing image outputs, reports, and 3D presentations. The Measure Distance tool is also available, letting you measure distances between points. This is useful for checking feature distances, measuring routes, and doing quick calculations in a 3D environment. We also have the Help and Shortcuts section, which shows useful keyboard shortcuts. The Scene and Sound option is one of the most exciting parts of this 3D environment, offering various features to change the scene conditions. In this section, we can adjust the time of day and the sun's angle. There is also an animation option to simulate the sun's movement throughout the day. Beyond lighting, we can also change the weather conditions, choosing sunny, rainy, or snowing modes. Fog can also be added and its intensity adjusted. We can further change the overall theme and appearance of the page. Urban environment settings are also available, allowing us to control vehicle speed and density. The number and density of people in the scene can also be adjusted to make the 3D environment more realistic and tailor to your needs. Overall, this plugin offers a wide range of customization options for personalizing the 3D scene, letting us tweak each setting according to our taste and requirements to produce the desired output. In this tutorial, we've tried to cover the main features of the 3D OSM plugin in QGIS and learn how to create, display, and manage 3D data. Of course, this plugin has even more capabilities, and by exploring different options, you can discover additional features. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or experiences using this tool, feel free to share them in the comments section. I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel to support us. Thank you so much for your attention. Until the next video, goodbye.